Hello everyone, and welcome back to Romance Rewind Stories. Before we dive into today's incredible
address the
story,
situation
I have a
immediately.
small favor
I
to
agree,
ask.
but we need more
If
information.
you're enjoying
Time
these
is precious.
heartwarming
carefully.
tales, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads.
This is
Quick,
perfect.
it's free,
It really
and it's
is.
the best way to support
I'm
us
so
in
glad we
bringing you
came.
more emotional
Me too.
romance stories. And here's something I'd love to know. Where are you watching from today? Drop your city or country in the comments below. I always enjoy seeing our amazing community from around the world. Oh, and if this story touches your heart, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps us grow and reach more people who love these kinds of tales. Now, let's get into today's story. Here's 500. Pretend to be my date for a day. Lonely billionaire asked girl at cafe. Rain had been falling on Seattle for 3 days straight, and Ren Montgomery was convinced the city was trying to drown itself. She sat in the corner booth of the Daily Grind, her favorite cafe near Pike Place Market, nursing her third coffee of the afternoon and pretending to grade papers from her second-grade class. Really, she was procrastinating, because grading spelling tests was boring, and watching the rain streak down the windows while people hurried past with umbrellas was infinitely more interesting. That's when he walked in. Ren noticed him immediately. Not because he was handsome, though he definitely was, with dark hair going silver at the temples and sharp features that probably photographed well. She noticed him because of how utterly defeated he looked. His expensive suit was soaked despite the umbrella he was shaking out. His shoulders were slumped, and when he approached the counter to order, his smile for the barista looked like it took physical effort. He was alone. Very alone, in the way that only comes from being lonely in a crowded place. Ren watched him collect his coffee, black, no sugar, and look around for a seat. The cafe was packed with people escaping the rain, every table occupied except for the empty chair across from Ren. Their eyes met. His were a startling grey, like storm clouds. "Is this seat taken?" His voice was deep, polite, carefully neutral. "No, go ahead." Ren moved her stack of papers to make room. "Thank you." He sat with the precise movements of someone who was used to controlling every aspect of his presence. "I'm Atlas. Atlas Kane." The name rang a bell somewhere in Ren's mind, but she couldn't quite place it. "Ren Montgomery. Nice to meet you." "Ren, like the bird?" "Like the bird. My mom was really into nature names. I got lucky. My brother is named Wolf." That earned her a small, genuine smile. "Wolf Montgomery. That's quite a name to live up to." "He's a park ranger in Montana, so he's doing okay with it." Ren gestured to her papers. "Sorry for the mess. I'm a teacher, second grade. Grading spelling tests is my thrilling Friday afternoon." Sounds more thrilling than my Friday afternoon. There was something in his tone, a weariness that went beyond just being tired. Ren found herself studying him more closely. Expensive suit, probably custom-made. Watch that look like it cost more than her car. Shoes that were definitely Italian leather. But his eyes were sad. Deeply, genuinely sad. "Rough day?" she asked. Atlas let out a breath that might have been a laugh. "Rough year. Rough decade, if I'm being honest." He took a sip of his coffee, seeming to debate something internally. Then he said, "Can I ask you a strange question?" "I'm a second-grade teacher. Strange questions are my specialty. Last week a kid asked me if clouds are made of cotton candy, and if that's why they're white." "What did you tell him?" "I said yes, but only the ones that taste like vanilla. The chocolate clouds are gray." Atlas actually laughed, a real laugh that transformed his entire face. "You're good at your job, aren't you?" "I try to be. So what's your strange question?" Atlas set down his coffee, folding his hands on the table. "How would you like to make $500 for approximately 6 hours of work?" Ren's hand froze halfway to her own coffee cup. "I'm sorry, what?" I know how that sounds. Let me explain. I have a family event tomorrow. A dinner at my parents' house. Very formal, very unpleasant. My entire family will be there, along with their spouses and significant others. I'm expected to bring a date. I don't have one. So you're asking me to be your fake date for a family dinner? Yes, exactly that. $500, 6 hours maximum, and I promise it's completely above board. No expectations beyond showing up, being polite, and helping me avoid the barrage of questions about why I'm still single at 42. Ren stared at him. This was insane. Absolutely insane. She didn't know this man. He could be dangerous or weird or... But looking at him, at the genuine exhaustion in his eyes, she didn't think he was dangerous. Just desperately lonely and facing something he clearly dreaded. Why me? She asked. You could probably find an actual date, or hire a professional, whatever fake dates are called. An escort. And I considered it, but that felt even more dishonest than this does. You... Atlas paused, seeming to choose his words carefully. You seem real, kind, the kind of person my family might actually believe I'd date. And you're sitting here grading spelling tests on a Friday afternoon, which suggests you might need $500. Wow, that's both insulting and accurate. I apologize. That was tactless. No, you're right. I absolutely need $500. Student loans and teacher salary are not a great combination. Ren bit her lip, thinking. This was crazy. She should say no. Walk away. Go back to her apartment and her cat and her very normal, very safe life. But $500 would cover her car payment and her utilities for the month. And there was something about Atlas Kane, about his sad eyes and defeated shoulders, that made her want to help. What would I have to do exactly? Atlas pulled out his phone, opening what looked like notes. Arrive at my parents' house in Mercer Island at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Dinner starts at 6:30. We'd need to stay through dessert and coffee, which usually wraps up around 11 p.m. You'd need to pretend to be my girlfriend. Nothing physical beyond maybe holding hands or my arm around your shoulders. Be polite to my family. Deflect intrusive questions. Help me survive what will inevitably be an uncomfortable evening. And you'd pay me $500 for that. I'd pay you $1,000 if you could guarantee my mother wouldn't spend the entire evening suggesting eligible women she knows. Ren made a decision that was probably stupid, but felt strangely right. Okay, I'll do it, but I have conditions. Name them. 1. You give me your full name and some way to verify who you are. I'm not going to a stranger's house blind. 2. I get to tell my friend where I'm going and check in with her throughout the evening. 3. You pay me half up front and half after. And 4. If at any point I feel uncomfortable, I can leave with no penalty. All very reasonable. My full name is Atlas Kane. I'm the CEO of Kane Global Solutions. You can Google me. I'll give you my business card, my driver's license, and my assistant's direct number. Your friend can have all of that information too. I'll pay you $300 now and $200 after, in cash. And you can absolutely leave whenever you want. No questions asked. He pulled out his wallet and counted out $300 bills, sliding them across the table. Then his business card, followed by his driver's license. Ren picked up the license. Atlas Orion Kane. Date of birth made him 42, like he'd said. Address in downtown Seattle. In the photo, he looked younger, less tired. She pulled out her phone and quickly Googled Atlas Kane CEO. Multiple results popped up. Business articles, interviews, a Wikipedia page. He was the founder and CEO of Kane Global Solutions, a tech consulting firm worth approximately $8 billion. There were photos of him at charity events, business conferences, always alone or with business associates. Never with a date. You're a billionaire, Ren said, looking up from her phone. Approximately, yes. Does that change your answer? It makes me wonder why you can't find a real date. Atlas's expression grew more guarded. Because every woman I've dated in the past 5 years has been more interested in my bank account than in me. I'm tired of wondering if people like me for who I am or what I have. This, he gestured between them, is at least honest. You're doing this for money, yes, but you're being upfront about it. There's something refreshing about that level of honesty. Ren felt a pang of sympathy. She'd never had money, had spent her entire life scraping by on scholarships and student loans and teacher salaries. But she could imagine how lonely it must be to never know if people's affection was genuine. "Okay," she said, pocketing the cash. "I'll be your fake girlfriend for a night. But Atlas, fair warning, I'm terrible at lying. If your family asks me direct questions, I might panic and say something stupid. Then we tell them a version of the truth. We met at a cafe. You're a teacher. We've been seeing each other casually for a few weeks. Keep it vague, and they won't press too hard. And when they ask why they haven't heard about me before, I'll say I wanted to make sure it was serious before introducing you to the family circus." Ren laughed. "Family circus? That doesn't sound ominous at all. You have no idea." Atlas finished his coffee. "Can I have your number? I'll text you the address and pick you up tomorrow at 5:30. They exchanged numbers, and Atlas stood to leave. At the door, he turned back. "Ren? Yeah? Thank you. I know this is strange, but thank you for saying yes." After he left, Ren sat staring at the $300 in cash, wondering what she'd just agreed to. The next evening, Ren stood in front of her closet having a minor crisis. What did one wear to a fake date dinner at a billionaire's parents' house? She didn't own anything remotely appropriate for that kind of event. Finally, she settled on the only dress she owned that wasn't for work, a simple navy blue sheath dress she'd bought for her cousin's wedding 3 years ago. She paired it with the black heels that made her feet hurt but looked professional, and borrowed her roommate's pearl earrings. Looking at herself in the mirror, Ren felt like she was playing dress-up. This was insane. She was about to spend 6 hours pretending to date a billionaire she'd met yesterday in a coffee shop. Her phone buzzed. "Atlas. Outside. No pressure. But if you've changed your mind, I understand." Ren took a deep breath, grabbed her small clutch purse, and headed downstairs. The car waiting for her was a sleek black Tesla. Atlas stood beside it, and Ren's breath caught. He looked different than yesterday, still handsome but more polished, wearing a perfectly tailored dark suit, hair-styled, the exhaustion from yesterday smoothed away behind a mask of professional composure. "Ren." His eyes widened slightly when he saw her. "You look beautiful. You clean up pretty well yourself." She accepted his hand to help her into the car. "So, give me the rundown. What do I need to know about your family?" As the car pulled into Seattle traffic, Atlas launched into what sounded like a briefing. "My parents are Richard and Celeste Kane. My father built the company I now run. He's retired but still vocal about how I should do things. My mother is intense, very concerned about appearances and social standing. I have 2 siblings, my older sister Victoria and younger brother Phoenix. Victoria is married to a corporate lawyer and has 3 perfect children. Phoenix is a surgeon, also married. Everyone will be there with their spouses. And I'm walking into this as the first girlfriend you've brought home in how long?" 5 years, Ren whistled. "No pressure then. They're going to interrogate you. Ask about your job, your background, your intentions. My mother will probably try to find something wrong with you. Nothing personal, she does it to everyone. Victoria will be condescending. Phoenix will be the nicest, but he'll still be judging. You're really selling this experience." Atlas smiled ruefully. "I'm being honest. If you want to back out, I took your money. I'm seeing this through." "But Atlas, why do you subject yourself to this? You're a grown man. You don't have to go to these dinners." "Family obligation, tradition. The annual Kane family dinner has been happening every year since before I was born. Missing it would cause more drama than attending." They drove in silence for a few minutes, crossing the bridge to Mercer Island. The houses here were massive, set back from the road behind gates and manicured lawns. "Can I ask you something?" Wren said. "Yesterday you looked so sad, so defeated. What happened to make you that way?" Atlas was quiet for so long Wren thought he wasn't going to answer. Finally he said, "Do you know what it's like to have everything and feel like you have nothing? To be successful and wealthy and accomplished, but to go home every night to an empty house? To wonder if anyone would care about you if you weren't Atlas Kane, billionaire CEO, and were just Atlas? That sounds incredibly lonely." "It is. I built everything my father wanted me to build. I exceeded every expectation, and somewhere along the way I forgot to build a life. I'm 42 years old, and I don't have a single friend who I didn't meet through work. I can't remember the last time I did something just for fun. I pay a woman I met in a coffee shop to be my date because I can't find anyone who wants to be with me for me." Wren reached over and took his hand. The gesture surprised them both. "Hey, you found me. And yeah, you're paying me, but Atlas, I would have come anyway. Maybe not if you hadn't offered the money, because I'm broke and that $500 matters. But you seem like a good person who's stuck in a bad situation. So here I am." Atlas squeezed her hand gently. "Thank you. That means more than you know." The Kane family estate was exactly as intimidating as Wren had imagined. The house was a modern mansion, all glass and sharp angles, lit up against the evening sky. Cars lined the circular driveway, Mercedes, BMWs, another Tesla. "Ready?" Atlas asked. "Absolutely not. Let's go." He laughed, that same genuine laugh from the coffee shop, and Wren realized she liked making him laugh. It transformed his entire face. Atlas helped her out of the car, and she took his offered arm. They walked to the front door together, and Wren felt his tension increase with every step. The door opened before they could knock. A woman who could only be Atlas's mother stood there, perfectly dressed, perfectly styled, her smile perfectly polite and perfectly cold. "Atlas, you're late." "Hello, Mother. We hit traffic. This is Wren Montgomery. Wren, my mother, Celeste Kane. It's lovely to meet you, Mrs. Kane." Wren extended her hand. Celeste shook it briefly, her eyes cataloguing everything about Wren in one swift glance. "A teacher," Atlas mentioned. "How quaint." And just like that, Wren understood why Atlas had looked so defeated yesterday. The evening was exactly as uncomfortable as Atlas had warned. The family gathered in a formal dining room, and Wren found herself seated between Atlas and his sister Victoria, who spent the first course asking increasingly pointed questions about Wren's background, education, and prospects. "So you teach second grade," Victoria said, making it sound like an accusation. "That must be fulfilling." "It is. I love working with kids, watching them learn to read, helping them understand the world. There's nothing quite like it. And the salary? I imagine that's quite modest." "Victoria," Atlas said sharply. "That's inappropriate." "I'm just making conversation, Atlas, getting to know your friend." Across the table, Phoenix caught Wren's eye and mouthed, "Sorry." At least one family member had some awareness of how awful this was. The interrogation continued through dinner. "Where did Wren grow up?" "Portland." "Where did she go to college?" "University of Oregon on scholarship." "What did her parents do?" "Her mother was a nurse. Her father had passed away when she was 10. With each answer, Wren could see Celeste's expression grow colder. She wasn't from money. She wasn't from the right background. She was, in Celeste's world, completely unsuitable. By dessert, Wren was exhausted from maintaining her composure. When Atlas excused them to get some air on the terrace, she practically fled the dining room. Outside, away from his family's scrutiny, Atlas leaned against the railing and let out a long breath. "I'm sorry. God, Wren, I'm so sorry. They were worse than usual." "It's fine. I've dealt with difficult parents before. Occupational hazard. It's not fine. Victoria was being cruel. My mother was being condescending. This was a mistake. I shouldn't have asked you to do this." "Atlas, Ren moved to stand beside him. I'm okay. Your family is a lot, but I've survived worse. And hey, 3 more hours and I get the other $200, right? He smiled weakly. You're being remarkably gracious about this. Well, I like you. You're sad and lonely and clearly dealing with some family trauma, but you're a good person. I can tell. How can you tell? You've known me less than 24 hours. Because you warned me. You could have just paid me and let me walk in blind, but you warned me exactly what I was getting into. You gave me ways to verify your identity. You offered me exit clauses. Those aren't the actions of a bad person. Atlas turned to face her fully. In the soft light from the house, his eyes looked less grey, more blue. I'm very glad I sat at your table yesterday. Me too. Even though this dinner is kind of terrible. Want to know a secret? Always. The dinner is almost over. After dessert and coffee, everyone usually leaves within 30 minutes. We're in the home stretch. Thank God. Your mother just asked me if I was planning to trap you with a pregnancy. I've never wanted to throw wine in someone's face more in my life. Atlas's expression darkened. She said, what? It's fine. It's not fine. Atlas pulled out his phone, typing quickly. We're leaving. What? Atlas, we had a deal. 6 hours. I said I'd stay, and I'm saying we're done. I'm texting my driver. Ren, my mother asking you about pregnancy entrapment crosses every line. I won't subject you to that. But the money. Atlas pulled out his wallet and handed her 5 $100 bills. Here, 500 total, as agreed. Plus an extra 300 for hazard pay and putting up with my family's cruelty. You earned every penny. Atlas, that's too much. It's not enough. Come on, let's get you out of here. They said their goodbyes, terse on Atlas's part, coldly polite on his family's part, and left. In the car, Ren felt the tension drain from her shoulders. I'm sorry, Atlas said again. That was worse than I expected. Do you do that every year? Subject yourself to that? Every year. I keep thinking it'll get better. It never does. Atlas, why? You're a grown man. You have your own company, your own money, your own life. Why do you keep going back to people who make you miserable? He was quiet for a long moment. Because they're my family. Because I keep hoping that someday they'll see me as more than just the company I run. That they'll care about Atlas, the person, not Atlas, the CEO. And do they? Ever? No, never. Ren made a decision. Pull over. What? Tell your driver to pull over. I want to show you something. Atlas looked confused but instructed the driver to stop. They were on the bridge back to Seattle, the city lights reflecting on the water below. Ren got out of the car and walked to the railing. Atlas followed, concerned. Ren, what are we doing? Something for fun. When's the last time you did something just for fun? Not for work, not for obligation, not for appearances, just for the joy of it. I don't know. Maybe college. That's tragic. Okay, I'm going to teach you something I learned from my second graders. Close your eyes. Ren, trust me, close your eyes. He did, looking uncertain. Ren took both his hands. Now take a deep breath. Feel the air. Smell the rain on the water. Hear the city sounds. This is right now. This moment. Nobody else is here. No family expectations, no business obligations. Just you. Just Atlas. Not the CEO, not the son, not the brother. Just you. Who is Atlas when there's nobody watching? He opened his eyes and Ren saw something shift in his expression. I don't know. I've forgotten. Then let's figure it out. What do you like, Atlas? What makes you happy? I used to paint in college. Nothing good, but I enjoyed it. When's the last time you painted? 15 years ago, maybe. What else? I like jazz music. Real jazz, from small clubs, not recorded. I like hiking, though I never have time. I like... He paused, a small smile forming. I like watching the rain. I always have. It makes everything quiet. See, That's Atlas, the person. Now hold on to that, and Atlas, yeah, your family doesn't deserve you. Anyone who makes you feel like you're only valuable for what you can produce or achieve doesn't deserve your time. You're allowed to walk away from people who hurt you, even if they're family. Atlas stared at her for a long moment. Then, without warning, he pulled her into a hug. It was tight and desperate and completely unexpected. "Thank you," he murmured against her hair. "Thank you for seeing me." Wren hugged him back, this lonely billionaire who'd paid her to pretend to care, but who she found she cared about anyway. 3 months later, Wren sat in that same corner booth at the Daily Grind, grading spelling tests and drinking coffee, when someone slid into the seat across from her. "Is this seat taken?" She looked up to find Atlas smiling at her. He looked different, lighter somehow, less burdened. "Atlas, what are you doing here?" "I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd stop by, see if you wanted company while you grade those tests." He gestured to a canvas bag he'd brought. "I also brought something to show you." He pulled out a small painting, abstract, mostly blues and greys with hints of gold. It was rough but honest, clearly done by someone rediscovering a forgotten skill. "You painted," Wren said, delighted. "I did. Started taking classes on Thursday evenings. It's terrible, but I'm having fun." "It's not terrible. It's beautiful. You're being kind, but thank you." Atlas set the painting aside. "I wanted to tell you, I quit going to the family dinners. Told my mother I wouldn't be attending anymore unless the atmosphere changed significantly. She was furious, of course. But Wren, I felt free, for the first time in years." "Good. You deserve to feel free. I also wanted to ask you something. And before you think it's weird, I'm not offering you money this time." "Okay, now I'm intrigued. Would you like to get dinner with me? A real dinner, a real date. Not fake, not paid, just two people who met in a coffee shop and liked each other." Wren smiled. "I thought you'd never ask. Yes, Atlas, I'd love to have dinner with you." "Really? Because I'm still a workaholic billionaire with family issues and probably a lot of therapy in my future. And I'm still a broke second-grade teacher with student loans and a cat who hates everyone. I think we'll manage." Atlas laughed, that same genuine laugh she'd first drawn from him 3 months ago. "When are you free?" "I'm free right now, actually. Spelling tests can wait." "Perfect. I know a great jazz club near here. Real jazz, small venue. We could grab dinner after? That sounds wonderful." As they left the coffee shop together, Atlas took her hand. Not because he was paying her to, not because anyone was watching, but because he wanted to. And Wren realized that sometimes the strangest beginnings lead to the most genuine connections. Sometimes a desperate offer in a coffee shop leads to real friendship, and real friendship leads to real love. Sometimes being paid to pretend opens the door to something wonderfully, beautifully real, because at the end of the day, everyone deserves to be seen for who they really are. And sometimes it takes a stranger with nothing to lose to show you that you're worth more than your bank account, your job title, or your family name. You're just worth being yourself. And that's where our story ends today. What did you think? Did Atlas and Wren's story of fake dates becoming real love touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Atlas and Wren's story of fake dates becoming real love touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Atlas and Ren's story of fake dates becoming real love touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Atlas and Ren's story of fake dates becoming real love touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story. What did you think? Did Atlas and Ren's story of fake dates becoming real love touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story.